What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go over Solo Flawless Grasp of Avarice Dungeon. Let's go over this loadout first. So there's going to be two loadouts that you're going to use for this. All round Dawnblade and the Well of Radiance. I prefer Balance Glide for my jumps, but use whatever you like. As far as weapons, we're going to use Night Watch, Cartesian Coordinate, and then we're going to use Sleeper Simulant. These weapons are going to stick with us until we get to the Sparrow part. As far as mods, you just want to make sure you build around linear fusions and fusions. We're going to have Protective Light, Taking Charge, Stacks on Stacks with a double Void Resist chest piece. We're going to have Fusion Scavenger, Reactive Pulse. We're going to have Extra Reserves, and we're going to start off with Particle Deconstruction, and then we'll move to Passive Guard when we get to the next bet. But this will be what the first two encounters will look like, and then we'll go through and look at what the next loadout looks like. And this will be what you'll change to just before you start the Sparrows. And that'll be move to a sword. You're going to have Risk Runner, keep that Scout on. And then we'll go in and just adjust all of our mods to make sure that we have everything for swords ready to go. At that point, you'll try and boost up your resilience above 70 if you can. But we're just going to go ahead and get this thing ready to go. You'll see on my arms before we make that change, I had double linear fusion loader. That's really important so you can get as much damage on that ogre as you can. You're going to make sure that you switch to Lucent Blade when you get to this next set, just to really push as much of that damage as we possibly can. The real key to this second loadout is it just makes you extremely tanky. You're going to make sure on that second loadout that you're going to have a arc chest piece with double arc resist. And Reactive Pulse is going to be your friend pretty much throughout the whole thing. Just making sure that you, kind of keep yourself from getting overwhelmed. Well, let's go over this, and we'll kind of show you what it looks like, and we'll kind of run each encounter as we go. So the first part as you fly in, obviously not too difficult. And you just want to make sure you're utilizing your well. Anytime you're picking up engrams, just remember every 10 you pick up, you get fully refreshed abilities and super. So you really want to just use those when you have them. Let's take us in, and we'll kind of show you what it looks like. One of the keys to this dungeon I found is just patience and just take it slow. There's no reason to rush through it. There's no time limit on this. Just take your time, utilize your things. I'll take that witch out with the sleeper, and then I'll try and get a grenade in there into the cave so that we can hurry and do it. Utilizing that fusion rifle just to clean things up. The extra reserves is really nice. Anytime you're charged with light, you have that option to get additional special drops, so you can really just spam this thing up and just keep going at it. Once you get to that 50 mark, then just go ahead and deposit. You'll have some of them deposit as you're going in and out, but using those grenades, using that fusion rifle, and you'll find that this part real easy. This one's not really the part where you have to worry about dying. It's really going to be the next part, and that's where it might take you a couple of runs to really get the jumps down, sort of the cadence of how you jump and what you do it. But other than that, this is pretty easy. Again, you'll see I'm just going to utilize the sleeper when I can. The scout rifle does a great job at range. Sleeper does a great job at just cleaning up these knights whenever you can. And, again, nice and slow. And we'll get on to the next part. Okay, well now we've got all of that done, and as we get into the Ogre Room, just a couple of pointers I have for you. Whenever I'm approaching the encounter, either after I've dropped some engrams or when I first start, I'm always heading to the right so I can utilize that tanker. One thing that you can do too is pick up ammo and the cannon from underneath. Before you get into any damage phase, make sure all your weapons are reloaded. This will just really help you. But really, the cadence of this is just going to clear out one side using your well and your fusion rifle. You want to try and get 13 or 14 engrams each time. Again, you're going to get that thing back each time you get 10, and then you'll go deposit, utilizing your stag rift and your grenades to get rid of the thralls. Once you get that, it's rinse and repeat. When you do damage, go up on that ledge. This avoids the ogre from getting up and slamming you, which can be a potential death as he can push you off the map. The double linear fusion loader is really great, and if you can unload all of your linear and get some more fusions into it, you should be able to take them down in 3 cycles. After each bossing damage phase, you won't have your well, so just make sure before you roll into the next engram pickup phase, make sure that you have your rift available, and that way you can avoid dying. Picking up any ammo, again, reloading everything really just makes it good. You'll see here I'm just going to wait out my rift so that I have that, and then we'll go in and just rinse and repeat at this point. Alright, well, now that you've got this ogre down, we can start looking at the sparrow portion. Now, the sparrow portion can be difficult, but with the changes to our loadout and just kind of taking the path that we do, you'll find that the sparrow part can be pretty easy. You only really need to get one of the switches per mine to keep yourself going. I usually just go straight off, get the button just before the plane, and go up over the plane. And then before the second mine, I will jump off my sparrow and grab the mine that way. And you'll see I'm going to put on Risk Runner, encrypt that before I get going. And then that way you're getting not only the arc resist from your chest piece, but you are going to get the arc conduction as well, which is really nice. You see here, I'll just jump off my spare real quick, grab this button, just keep going. Don't need to slow down at all on those mines. They disarm really quick, so just keep zooming past them. If you get to a point where you're feeling like your sparrow's going to die, then just hop off and go from there. I prefer the bottom kind of teleporter there just because it's a little safer than going up the top. But sparrow section, done, nice and easy. Now we'll keep this same loadout for the next section, and so basically you're just gonna go through, utilize your rifts, your wells. The risk runner does a great job at clearing ads out here. You've got your grenade if you need to have defined protection as well, so you have a lot of things to keep yourself alive. And just nice, slow and steady. Get all the servitors down, blow up things, and then once we get the shield down, then we'll go up and tackle the boss. Alright, so now we've gotten to the boss, and the boss room is going to be pretty much like the ogre. You should be able to take the boss out in 3 cycles, and you'll see what I do. I go to the same places each time, but it really makes it kind of nice. Before I start off, I'll just go pop a well up top here, and then come back and rally, and then start it up, just so you can, I don't know, have that well if you want. Other than that, the boss room is, again, pretty manageable if you kind of just follow this routine. So first thing you'll do is you'll just clean up some ads around you so you don't have all those ads just kind of harassing you while you're trying to take out the bigger, chunkier bosses. So I'll start to work on the sniper a little bit, but you'll see that the cadence that I try and do is I'll get the cannon guy down so he stops spawning on us, and then I'll clean up the ads. Same thing, you want to try and keep the ads at bay so that you're not getting constantly spammed with grenades. But this spot right here is going to be really your home until you're starting to pick up engrams. So basically what you want to do is clean up all the ads to the left so they stop spamming you. Ideally you want to try and get that cannon down, and that'll keep him from respawning. But when you're on the top of this and crouched, you can just continually shoot and take out the shank, and it can't shoot you. So it's just a real nice area and just makes things really easy. Alright, now that we have the Scorch Cannon guy down, then we can really just focus on the Shank and the Invisible guy. Again, see, as I am just up here crouched, he can't shoot me. Now that you have the Scorch Cannon down and those ads to the left down, they will not spawn until you start cleaning up the rest of the ads. So you can just really just take this advantage to clean up the ads when they pop to the left, and then just take out the rest of the tankier ads. But this is really the ideal spot for really doing this boss nice and easy. Again, Risk Runner works extremely well. Don't forget to use your rifts. Don't forget to use your well if you have to. You will get it back. But this will be the cadence that I do on every single run, and again, like I said, it'll take about 3 cycles to kill the boss, and you'll just kind of rinse and repeat once you do it. But this is how I've done it, and I hope that you find this video helpful. Please give me that like and the subscribe, and finish out watching the cycle and see how I handle it. Other than that, good hunting, Guardians. Alright, well, this should take care of the boss for us. We'll just deposit these motes and we'll get up there, put our well down, finish them off. Pretty easy overall. It will take you some time and a couple of tries to get it down, but not too bad. I felt like this dungeon was a little easier to solo flawless than Pit of Heresy and Shattered Throne, but the emblem you get is awesome.